I just finished The Dark Knight Rises.
This bomb is armed. This bomb is mobile. And coming to you every night after 7, Gotham Afterlife, where we test whether or not you people want to kill each other.
Bane's voice was great, but it was so obviously touched up, it kind of echoed, and I didn't feel as though that was very good. Loved the score of this movie. The dun 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 had this archaic and very evil feel to it, which added very nicely to the Bane character. The flashbacks throughout the film to previous ones I felt were very out of touch with the rest of the movie and very lazy, to be quite honest. Catwoman is great, especially just her actress and the character herself. I loved every aspect of her, and she felt very nuanced. Gordon led the assault without armor into the sewers, which led to him getting hurt. And I was very insulted that they just let him go down there, being that he is, the commissioner. He's the head guy. He shouldn't have been even out in the field, but there he was. The shooting effects were terrible. The bad guys, they would just point their guns and then the sparks would fly. It didn't look like they were shooting at all. A wonderful integration of realistic costumes, so with Bane's mask and Catwoman's ears and, obviously the Bat costume itself, I felt like they had a very good mix of both, this larger-than-life comic book thing, but also this grounded real-life sort of feel to it. The Tumbler was fine, but the Bat was too much. So the Tumbler has, a problem of being, it's on the ground, so it can't, get out of anywhere. But now he has the Bat, and, I guess that he couldn't use it underground, but once more, this is a very overpowered vehicle that I don't feel as though is helping this very grounded detective fight crime. Same plot as the last movie. Moneymen try to stop Wayne with something that they don't understand. They just turn to, the nearest crazy person who promises to kill the Bat. Absolutely loved how their take on the Lazarus Pit, this massive hole in the ground. And if you were listening to earlier in the movie, you could actually hear that Bane overthrew the government of that African country, and he obviously did that so that he could get access to the Lazarus Pit. And I thought that was wonderfully integrated because obviously, if you get out of there, you're on your second life. And the Lazarus Pit in the comics is all about resurrecting people, so I loved that. How was Bane too radical for the League? So that's a great question I thought of in the thing. Bane was exiled from the League of Shadows after he got done being trained by Ra's al Ghul, but I don't know what was too much for the League. Cause I guess Bane seemed to want to torture Gotham, and I guess the League just wants to end them. But the only reason why Bane wants to torture Gotham is because the League of Shadows wants to get at them. And so I don't get the conflict there. I don't understand what the problem is with this, new up and comer wanting to be more thorough in his business. Couldn't really find a good rock climber to get out of there. So that's another great point. I'm gonna stop jerking myself off with these great points, but they are fantastic. How the Lazarus Pit was the walled interior walls, I suppose. How they were built. I feel as though just a really good climber could have gotten out of there. I don't feel like you needed to jump from rock to rock to rock. If you were, if you practiced for a few months, you could definitely just crawl your way out of there. I mean, it'd be tough, but not impossible. Nuke Scientist was a horrible actor. Yeah, the nuclear reactor guy, I could not believe a single word he said. The cops, when they're in the when they're trying to flush out the sewers, they're literally running around, and it's not the fully armored SWAT team and then the medium armored cops and then just light armored guys. It's a mix of everybody just running through the sewers. Just, oh, I'm gonna find me some terrorists. They've got to be around here somewhere. What was the point of putting everyone at gunpoint? So yeah, when Bane overtakes the football field, didn't get why he had his guys run down the aisles and point guns at everyone. The people there, they're gonna listen to your speech. You blown up half of Gotham. They're gonna stick around. I don't get why Bane left one bridge standing. It was for food to go back and forth. But wouldn't it be more effective to bring Gotham to its knees and to turn every Gothamite against each other, just to let the city starve? We see at one point in the film that there's a gang who's like hoarding food, but wouldn't you want like a lot more of that? Wouldn't you want everyone fighting over resources? And then why are Bane's people killing the cops? Isn't the whole point to test Gotham's strength? Like, I get why they would want to, like, capture the majority of the cops and kind of let the city run in anarchy. But, I don't know, leaving a few cops would seem to, like, divide the city even more. So I don't know what the point of killing them would be. It just seems to kind of be against your whole, like, you against yourselves. But, like, if you kill people on the street, it's them against you. So, couldn't the prisoners have built something to bridge the gap? We see that they have access to ample rope, being that they were able to construct that pulley system. They also have a lot of cloth and certainly rocks that they can pull from the sides of the Lazarus pit itself. And I feel as though you could, like, attach something to some rope, like a rock or something, and then kind of, like, swing it around, throw it over the last stone thing, and then, I don't know, maybe a bridge would be a bit much, but, like, just throwing a rock over, and then you could, like, kind of swing, and then you could, like, pull yourself up. And then you could just walk the rest of the way and then throw the rope at the top down. Just feels like something that would have been tried, being that they've been there for hundreds of years. I don't get why Bane was moving the bomb around. Like, maybe he was worried about special forces, like, attacking the Capitol. But to be perfectly frank, you have the detonator, so why are you worried about people attacking Manhattan at all? Like, if the people become a problem, you have a lot of guys with a lot of guns and the tumblers, you'll be fine. But if, like, the military comes in, just blow the bomb. Like, there's no need to be putting it on this, like, convoy that could be easily ambushed, and is at the end of the film, so that was stupid. Wayne doesn't really grow, he just leaves. This was a really weird thing. Like, in the Lazarus Pit, you're supposed to, like, find new life, and you're supposed to, like, reinvent yourself. I don't feel as though Bruce, like, found himself. He just got rid of the rope, and he, like, accepted that he was kind of afraid of death. And, like, that's nice, I guess. Didn't really feel like it was, like, a big enough thing to leave this, like, giant pit, though. And then, like, that quick cut, like, I get that it was 2 weeks more. It was a month, actually, for him to get back to Gotham. Still a weird thing. He was in the middle of the Sahara. I don't know how Bruce got back. Why is Crane in charge of the Kangaroo Court? I hate that Crane became this kind of Where's Waldo in the last thing. It was like, oh, you guys know Scarecrow, right? From the last two. Well, he's a judge now. And then adding to the hilarity of the whole, like, Gotham being trapped in this bubble sort of thing, with the exiles being sentenced by Scarecrow, if somebody made it across the ice, unlikely as that would have been, wouldn't Bane would have had to, like, explode the bomb? Like, he didn't know that the seals were, like, a part of the seals, so he couldn't, like, justify, like, blowing up the bomb early, but, like, if somebody made it across the ice, like, was there a sharpshooter on the roof or something to take care of the people, or were you just like, oh, well, GG. Guess time to blow up the bomb now. And then how had the bat not been found on the roof of that skyscraper? I mean, the cities have been having flyovers for months. Gothamites would have been poking at every nook and cranny looking for some sort of advantage to have over their fellow man. It's ridiculous that Bruce threw over a little tarp and was like, all right, that's good. That's all I need. How did Batman paint his symbol? So when he lights up the fire and, like, the bridge, like, turns into, like, the fire and it's Batman, how did he do that? Did he hire some guys? Did he fly the bat over and, like, attach a little spray can to it and, like, spray his thing? So dumb. Didn't like that. Why aren't the cops armed? When the cops went into the sewers, they had 1,000 guns, all the grenades, everything you'd need to take out some terrorists. But when they come out of the tunnel, they're out? Where'd that go, guys? Were you just shooting to pass the time? I guess 3 months is a long time, but you shouldn't be shooting your guns in the sewers. And then at the end of the film, 3 tumblers are sent to go and resecure the bomb. But I don't get how there were any cops left if they had 3 tumblers left. 3 tumblers could slaughter every person in Gotham with no hesitation, no reluctance. They would be like that. And so, being that you had 3 of them left, fully operational, not the ones that Batman disarmed, no, 3 separate tumblers, why was there even a battle? Overall film is a B. I think it was going for some really interesting stuff, but overall I feel it was a lot less interesting than its previous film. Tom Hardy gave a great performance as Bane, Christian Bale gave a wizened performance of Bruce Wayne, and Michael Caine was great as Alfred. Morgan Freeman's fine this movie. He's usually a lot better, but he's also usually given a lot more, so there's that. And I don't know, just, it's a B. It's good. It's there.